Love is emotional, but relationships are strategic. Welcome to the Emotional Blueprint. I'm T with the T, relationship oracle and emotional strategist. This is not a space for delusion. This is a space for clarity. I'm not here to judge you. I'm here to teach you. Tonight, we're talking about why men stop talking, even when they still love you. Men are conditioned differently. Let's talk about something most people overlook. Men and women are not taught emotional expression in the same way. From childhood, women are allowed emotional language. You can cry, you can vent, you can explain how you feel. But boys, they hear things like, man up, stop crying, handle it, be strong. So by adulthood, most men don't lack emotion. They lack emotional safety. Emotion is a risk for men. When a man opens up emotionally, that is not casual for him. That's a risk. He's showing uncertainty, fear, pressure, sometimes insecurity. And many men only do that with the woman they trust the most. But here's where relationships quietly break. If that emotion gets dismissed, laughed at, minimized, or later used during any type of conflict, something shifts internally. He learns. Opening up equals exposure, and exposure equals danger. So next time, he protects himself with silence. Why he goes quiet. Women often interpret silence as emotional distance, but many times silence is emotional processing. Men think before speaking. They analyze internally. They want solutions before discussion. So when he says, I need a minute, he usually means it. But when silence gets met with pressure, why aren't you talking? You never communicate. Say something. Now his processing becomes conflict. And eventually, he decides talking isn't worth the emotional risk. Constant correction. Here's the hard truth. Men bond through competence. They want to feel capable in your eyes. If emotional attempt turns into correction, how he said it, how he expressed it, how he handled it, he begins feeling inadequate. Not unloved, inadequate. Men withdraw fastest where they feel inadequate. He stops sharing because nothing feels right or enough. When admiration turns into evaluation. In the beginning of relationships, admiration exists. You listen differently, you're curious, you're impressed. But over time, admiration sometimes turn into evaluation. Now conversations feel like performance reviews. Instead of connection, he feels assessed, judged, measured. And once a man feels constantly evaluated, he filters himself, then minimizes himself, then emotionally disappears, still physically present. And once a man feels constantly evaluated, he filters himself, then minimizes himself, then emotionally disappears while still being physically present. What emotional safety looks like for men. Emotional safety for men looks different from emotional safety for women. For many men, safety means being heard without interruption, being respected even when imperfect, being allowed to process without pressure, and knowing that opening up won't be weaponized later. When respect feels secure, expression follows. But when respect feels unstable, silence replaces intimacy. The beginning of detachment. A quiet man isn't always peaceful. Sometimes he's a man who learned speaking changes nothing. So he adapts, handles stress alone, processes emotion alone, makes decisions alone, and emotionally, he begins leaving long before the relationship ends. That's the stage many women mistake for mood changes, but it's actually emotional detachment. Let's take a moment to reflect. I want you to sit with this honestly. Ask yourself, do I create emotional safety or emotional pressure? When he opens up, do I listen or prepare my response? Does my partner feel safe being emotional with me? Does my partner feel safe being emotional with me? Because intimacy requires safety on both sides. And remember, I'm not judging you, I'm teaching you. If this episode made you rethink communication, good. Growth begins with awareness. Peace is mature. Accountability is powerful. And emotional intelligence is attractive. This has been Emotional Blueprint with Tea with the T. Stop reacting, start observing. I'm not judging you, I'm teaching you.